Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our weekly CLC Reset for Life moment. I want to get right to my devotion this morning because I've got something on my mind that's really bugging me. Just a couple of days ago, I read of a second pastor who'd been arrested for holding Sunday services against the laws of the land prohibiting public gatherings in order to slow the spread of this COVID-19 virus. Now, I got to admit, I'm a little disgusted by the actions of these pastors. And I'm offended that one of them that was arrested tried to reference a scripture when he said, "We have a mandate from the word of the Lord to assemble together." The First Amendment, he said, says that Congress shall make no law prohibiting the exercise of religion. The scripture that he's referring to is Hebrews 10:25, which actually says, "And let us not neglect our meeting together as some are in the habit of doing." The writer here isn't referring to our right to meet, but rather he is speaking to the lazy Christians who would rather sit at home when they could be fellowshipping and learning and growing with other Christians. This pastor totally takes this verse out of context. The other reason why this annoys me so much is that these pastors fail to understand that the rest of Scripture, and we'll always get ourselves into trouble when we take one passage and we massage it to fit our context without considering the other passages that also speak to our context. Let me explain what I mean. In Matthew 22:15-22, the Pharisees came to Jesus one day trying to trap him by getting him into trouble with the ruling Roman government. They asked him if it was right to pay taxes to Caesar or not. Jesus, of course, saw right through their trap, and he asked to see a coin. And he said, "Whose inscription is on this coin?" And they replied, "Caesar's." And then he said, "Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and give to God what is God's." In this passage, he's teaching us that as Christians, we are both citizens of a specific country and of heaven. And we have a responsibility to follow the laws of both. Sure, there'll be times when the laws of our country go against our Christian morals, and we will need to speak up on social issues like abortion and euthanasia and protect the value of all lives. But in this case, though, the laws of the land require us to social distance, and that law isn't immoral, it isn't anti-God, and it isn't wrong. It's meant for the protection of others, and we need to abide by it. These pastors who are disregarding that law are doing so for their own good. They're not doing so for the good of others. They are doing it to make a name for themselves, but they are harming the name of God by standing for something that even Jesus didn't stand for. Also, if you go over to Romans chapter 13, verse 1, Paul said that we are supposed to, quote, "submit to governing authorities, for all authority comes from God, and those in positions of authority have been placed there by God." I mean, could it get any more clear than that? He goes on to say in verse 2, "So anyone who rebels against authority is rebelling against what God has instituted, and they will be punished." So when we disregard the rightful laws of the land, we're actually disregarding God's sovereignty to put them there in the first place. You see, God honors those who honor authority, and He punishes those who don't honor authority. Again, our government isn't asking us to do something morally wrong. They're asking us to protect others by staying home. That's why we are all providing this online content for you, so that you can stay home and protect yourself and protect others. Friends, please don't be stupid like these pastors. Practice social distancing. Don't go to your buddy's house and hang out. Don't have family get-togethers. Don't go to public places unnecessarily. Do, however, get out for a walk and get some fresh air that will cleanse your mind and fill you with strength. Do connect using FaceTime and Duo and Zoom or any other technology that you can use to stay connected and feel loved. You know, the truth is, we all need each other during this time. We need each other to stay away from each other, but also to draw close to each other, to adapt and to connect in new ways, to abide by the laws of this land that have been put in place for the protection of the vulnerable. This isn't an ungodly or a wrong law. It's right, and it's temporary. And there will come a day when we do get back together again, and I'm sure that there'll be lots of hugs and lots of handshakes and lots of smiles. Wouldn't it be sad, though, if that day came and one of us was missing because someone chose to disregard the law of the land and spread this virus? That's my thought for you for today. Before I leave you, however, I want to ask you to do a favor for us. Would you please subscribe to our CLC YouTube channel? If you'll do that, and we get 100 subscribers or more, I think we're already at 76. If we get 100 subscribers or more, we'll be able to have our own YouTube channel name, which will allow people to find us easier. You can simply go to youtube.com and you can search for Christian Life Center Ajax. And when you find our channel, you just need to click the subscribe button. A reminder for you that all the content that we've put out over the past few weeks is there and accessible for you, and we're going to put out more, of course, in the coming weeks. It's on that YouTube channel. You can access it. Previous devos, sermons, anything you'd like is there, and you can copy the link and you can send it to anybody you wish. We encourage you to use it as much as you wish. So glad that you could take a moment and connect with us through this devotional this morning. We miss you, and we look forward to getting together with you again, but only when the government says that it's a good time. Until then, please stay safe, keep loving God, and keep loving others. See ya.